And it's Enchanted Sky, your spiritual fairy godmother, bringing you your reading for 620, no, 614. What was I thinking? Okay, my mind was elsewhere. Please hit like and subscribe for a chance to win if you're reading hypnosis, whatever I do. Also, visit enchantedskye.com. You can book a reading. I do have openings today. I'm grieving a little. I lost a very, very good friend. And even though, you guys understand that, even as a medium, I can hear them, but it's not the same. And I breaks my heart. And so I've been a little bit high. Good morning. A little bit down myself, and it shows in the cards. Because even remember, even though these cards are for me, they're for you too. And this is some sad news. This is what, and see, I want to let you know that I am one day ahead. I know this is crazy, but this is what happened yesterday. I know it because of the way I read. So this will be accurate for you, but it's a behind for me. And they're telling you to be strong. You're going to be sad, and you're going to be down. Now there is some shocking news coming. See what I'm saying? I found out yesterday evening, and because it's a long story, but I understand how the cards work. And for you, this will be accurate, but for me, this is one day delayed. And you'll be out gardening or you'll be out drawing, painting, doing something, and they're telling you have a lack of planning for some reason also. So just thought, but the lack of planning is what's going to lead to this for you. Okay, but like I said, I'm grieving a little bit today. So very, very good friend, past life connection, big time, was my chiropractor. And it was really hard because he called me about a month ago and asked me if he was going to die. And I couldn't tell him. I knew, but I couldn't. And I told him that, you know, it's all in your attitude. And it is. When you give up, when you just say, I'm just done, you're done. And he said to me, I'm done. I can't do this. I can't do the chemo anymore. I'm miserable. I can't taste. I can't smell. The chemo's destroyed my body too. And he called me maybe 3 days before he passed, trying to talk to me, and he couldn't. And he's like, "Yeah, it's just really hard." He left a couple of young kids in college. Uh, and it's so funny because he's already talking to me. I could hear him, but it's not the same. And I think he was just such a nice guy, and it's really hard. So if I seem a little down today, it's just yeah. So and it's showing up in the cards. So like as you guys know, um, I think that a lot of people think this is a great responsibility, and I will never tell somebody when they're gonna die. I won't tell them even if I can feel it or I can sense it or I can see it or they tell me, I will never say that to somebody. It's not my responsibility. So I will say, it's up to you because it is up to you. He could have decided which way you wanted to go. And he said to me, I'm tired. I can't anymore. So I knew then for sure. And he talked to me. I told him I was going to try to see him. And I kept getting a 3. And I thought I had more time, like maybe 3 weeks, and he went in 3 days. And it's really hard. This is I would say about the 8th person that I've known in the last year or so who have died. And he was only 59 years old. And it's just really hard because, yeah. So if I'm grieving a little, everybody understands. So he's a great guy. Knew him from a past life. That's what's so funny. If you guys have never done past life regression, I am urging you to do past life regression because you recognize people in your life. And I knew him. And what's so funny is that before he said to me one time, I know you too. He recognized me too. He says, I can't quite understand it all, but I know you. And he talked to me many times in the last through a couple days before he passed. He couldn't even talk to me anymore, and he was trying to. Finally, his wife picked the phone up and we talked, and she goes, "Yeah, he's got to go to hospice." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." So, yeah. And he's talking to me, he said to me, like, he came to me, in my sleep, that he's going to act as a guide. He was a healer, a chiropractor that was one of the most knowledgeable people I've ever met in my life. And, he's telling me stuff already. He's like, he's going to help me with my journey, which is very interesting. So, with that said, I know it's a little bit of a downer, and I'm sorry, but I'm not sure why, but my chat isn't coming up. There it goes. Okay. Yes, sorry, you guys. Um, and thank you so much. I needed that, Sarah. Thank you. It's a great responsibility. I don't think anybody realizes. They think, oh, this is so cool. It's not always cool. It's not always cool because you know stuff you don't want to know sometimes. And you stay hopeful and positive anyway. And I I knew something else. What happened with him is that his lungs gave out. They weren't even, there was some, it wasn't really even cancer. It was like complications from chemo and stuff. And because he had to have so much of it because he it was riddled. He was riddled. And um I knew it. And I try to stay positive as much as I can for everybody else, but I knew. And I just want everybody to know that this is a great responsibility and I take it very seriously. Some people, I see some of these people that they just are so flippant about, well, he's gonna just die. I never, ever, ever will say anything like that to anybody. I will say, maybe you should go to your doctor. I can't, you have to understand it's always free will. That even like if he had cancer and he had decided he wanted to fight longer, he could have. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I know that that sounds crazy, but it's not. And so I have no right saying that, yeah. I will say, watch your health. You need to watch your health. Otherwise, you're good that something's gonna happen to you and it's gonna be pretty. I've said that to people. But I will never say that. So I just want you guys to know that I would refuse to predict anything of that order for anybody. So, okay. Um, oh, thank you, Brandon. I'm okay. Thank you. I'm okay. It's just really bothering me. I knew his family since, God, I've known him for 22, 24 years, something like that. And he's been my chiropractor. And just he's just such a nice guy. And he touched a lot of people. So, very much holistic. And he's kind of talking to me all the time about health and stuff. He's like, I'm going to try to help. I'm going to try to help. So, anyway, with that said, I'm not going to be out here long today. It's supposed to be 97 degrees. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with my chickens and my horses. And 97 to 98 with an index of 105. Now, if everybody knows that it's cold here, last week it was 49 degrees. I mean, and today it's almost 100. So, anybody knows anything about the Great Lakes? I think one of the worst places for global warming or climate change has been affected is at the Great Lakes because the extremes of temperature. So I've got to get out there and I got to figure out what I'm going to do. I got to make sure my chickens are not too hot. And I opened up my barn. My barn is always cool. My horses are right now in the barn. They're in they have a running shed, so they'll be okay. Make sure my dogs are watered, and I got to get into my greenhouse and make sure I could put a fan in there to keep the air circulating so I don't lose all my plants. I've got banana trees and stuff like that. So anyway, but thank you guys. I want everybody to know, how do I get rid of the negative stuff? So like I do something I enjoy. I'm also very ritualistic. When I'm picking up negative stuff off of people, which I do all the time. There's been times I know right away that I've picked up stuff, and I'm usually very good at blocking it, but every once in a while I'm not. So what I do is I'm ritualistic. I do something with salt. I'll take a shower with some salt, bath salts, or I'll take a bath in bath salts. If salt for me, ions perhaps, is very, very cleansing. Sometimes I take a nap. No, really, I take a nap. Or like yesterday, I went out and dug in my garden. I went and dug and dug and dug. I'm changing my flower beds and stuff around. And yeah, yesterday I'm taking a stained glass class. I kind of want to master. I've made some, but I'm not real good at it. But I want to master it, so I took an actual class, and it's downtime. It's just downtime, and that's very releasing for negative energy, guys. That's why I'm always on your case. If you call me, I'm on your case. Why aren't you doing more downtime? That's because it wears on you. Now, this is something that my friend was telling me for years, that I have a leaky gut. Now, I didn't know what that meant, but I have determined that studying this is that your intestines, they get little tears in them, like little bitty, because they're so thin that, and all the toxins end up in your body, and it causes weight gain. It causes all kinds of different, like Hashimoto's. So I don't know. He's been talking to me and what I'm needing to do to get rid of it, and so I'm going to start on a regimen, but to see if that's, because he didn't show up when I found out he died. I was interesting, because sometimes when people have passed and I know them well, they are there before I even know. It was the same thing for my father-in-law. My father-in-law was in the house. I kept saying, "Who's in the house? There's something here." And then I found out he had passed. And so I knew, but that he was such a family guy. So I think that my friend was probably with his wife and his kids. And then like this morning, like he showed up. Trust me, he showed up. Oh, yeah. So anyway, yeah, self-care is right. So thank you guys. I'm trying not to be a bummer. uh, yes, you know what, Sarah? Yes, you're right. It's supposed to be up to 98 degrees, and then it's supposed to cool off, storm, and then it's supposed to be 95 and 98 degrees. And I got to figure out a way to keep my greenhouse cool. It gets to be 120 to 130 degrees in there, and I have a full cover on it and everything. All the dormers are open, and I got to figure out how to not lose plants. So I have to get out there today and water everything. I think I'm gonna put a fan. I have a barn fan. I don't know if you guys know what a barn fan is, but a barn fan it's got to be about 2 feet tall, and it sucks the air in a certain way to keep your barn cool. And I have one, so I'm going to be hooking that up and seeing if that's going to keep a flow going through the area. But extremes of temperature, I don't think you guys realize how extreme temperature is where I live. And I complain because it's 35 below, it's 100 degrees. I never have a steady temperature. And you don't know from day to day at half the time what it's going to be like. And we had some very, very bad storms go through. I'm thinking of driving up there to look at our property, because I heard there was a lot of hail damage. It's always something, right? So anyway, I want everybody to have a great day, and stay safe out there in this heat, because I heard also my mother's-in-law is on her way here. You guys know she has dementia, but she's coming with some other people, and we're in the process of moving her back. And I probably am going to go down there in maybe August, and she was saying it's almost 100 in Florida, and every day, which she lives on the coast, so it shouldn't be that hot, but she says it's just really bad. So if it's bad there, it'll be bad here. But I told her she's bringing the heat with her. So I'll be taking care of her a little bit. You guys know I'm a caregiver, so I am worried a little bit. So say a prayer. I got okay. I'm going to tell you something. Chickens cannot handle this heat. I will find some dead. I can try to keep them as cool as I can. Right now, I'm going to go give them some real cold water. Try to keep their water cold. I am letting them come into my barn. My barn is always cool. It's always cool in there because it's dark. It doesn't have any lights in there, just barn lights. And so it's always a little cooler. I'm thinking about I didn't even open up my horse's gate today. I'm gonna keep them in the sheds today and try to keep them as cool as I can. The horses can put up with it, the dogs can put up with it, the chickens can't. Birds don't have the same mechanisms as mammals, and they'll start to pant literally, and they'll just drop over. And if it gets too hot, so I have one hen, she's trying to hatch eggs, and she's in her coop, and so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. So little information for you guys. I guess you guys, oops, you're disconnected for a second. Sorry. Um, yeah. So little information. So you guys didn't even know. um, let's see. Humidity. It gets really humid. Yep. Same temperature, Anna, for you. That's what I heard. Very extreme in South Dakota. I get it. Everything. Well, we're in South Dakota. We're in the same latitude, so we probably will get the same weather. I have a friend that gets. She's almost the exact same latitude in New York as we are. She's like right on the tip of the Great Lakes by Lake Erie on the other side. Anyway, she gets my weather. So if it's today, it's raining. It'll be raining tomorrow there. And so we always kind of chuckle. I say, well, she goes, how's the weather? And I'm like, and I kind of laugh. But South Dakota's the same way. We get your weather. So, yeah. Anyway, yes, you can get a reading. I will do a couple of readings really fast. Yes, go ahead, Victoria. What do you need? You know what, Sarah? Send me some information on that. The leaky gut thing, Sarah, because I really am interested in that. Supposedly leaky gut can cause a lot of weight gain, if you guys know me right now, after I get off, I'm taking care of all my animals. I'm going to go work out in an air conditioned area and walk, like, I don't know, probably only about 2 miles, but 2 to 4 miles. And yeah, but like I said, I got approved tomorrow. I talked to my weight loss surgeon, so figure out what we're going to do. I know it works. It changes your metabolism is what it does. My daughter has lost 142 pounds. She's actually she's hooked up to me on my Facebook and on Instagram and on TikTok. So I think her name is Savannah. So you can see her, it's just amazing. She's down to about a size 9 now. She lost 142 pounds. She's under 200 pounds now, and she's so excited. She does have to have, as much weight to lose, but she's going to have surgery to have some skin removed. So that's her next step. But her health, even her Crohn's went away. So the inflammation in the body, she doesn't sleep all the time. She's not depressed anymore. And I'm really proud of her. And she's actually going to try to have a baby now. So she's 34 years old. And Jim, my guy that passed, his name was Jim, told me she's going to have a child. She'll make a good parent. So I know, and I keep seeing this child on the other side. I'm waiting for him to come. And I'm very descriptive. I can see this kid. And I know the child looks like my husband. So, because my daughter, she takes after my husband. She looks quite a bit like him. And so I get information from the other side. Sometimes it's a benefit, but sometimes it's not so hot either. So just to let you know. But yeah. So anyway, everybody take care. It's just so, thank you, Lily. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Sarah. Okay. It's hot. Yeah, Mary, I've heard that was really bad. Victoria, sweetheart, what do you have for a question? I would be glad to answer you. It's going to be back, okay, after the rain. For 2 days, it's supposed to be like 95, 97. And then it's supposed to rain and drop into the 80s and then build back up to the 90s again. So I knew it would be hot because we had one day in May where it was 90. And I'm like, oh, if it's only in May, it's going to be hot. If you guys don't know anything about the Great Lakes, we have our own weather system. It's because the lake, if you've ever been to Lake Michigan, it's a big ocean. It looks like an ocean. You can't see that it's not an ocean. If you've ever been there and just stood at the edge of Lake Michigan, okay, so it forms its own weather pattern, and our weather is a little different. It'll get really hot, and then we'll have these bad storms, and we are picking them up though from South Dakota, but they change a little because there'll be lake effect snow and lake effect rain. So I get, I think per year, 35. No wait. Did they say 42 inches of rain? It's between 38 and 42 inches of rain on an average. That's a lot of rain, you guys. So that you guys know, I get a lot of rain. That's why my plants, my garden grows so well. That's why this around here, it's the breadbasket of the world, because the corn's already. It's like it was just planted like 2 weeks ago, and I told everybody, I was laughing. I'm like, it's already knee high, and it's not even the 4th of July, so it's going to be a bumper crop, and it loves this heat, so it's really going to shoot up. And yes, you can hear corn grow. By the way, it snaps if you sit out in a field at night and just sit for a while. In a cornfield, you will hear it grow. It is true, because I don't know if you guys ever heard that, but it's true. Same thing for about cows. The cows are all laying down, it's going to rain. If they're about half of them laying down, then it's about a 50% chance. People used to laugh at me, and my grandpa used to tell me that, and he had a dairy farm. So, yeah. So anyway, went through. Oh wait. Yeah, you know what, Anna? Everybody says it's, my daughter says it's the best thing she ever did. I am scared a little. I don't know which one. There's one that's real severe and one that's not so severe. And the one that's so severe, you are going to lose weight. There'll be no doubt that you will lose all the weight. The other one's iffy, but it's not as hard on your body. So I'm not sure what I want to do. And some people don't wait. I probably be me. I probably won't. I used to be very, very, very thin. I don't know if you guys. When I first got married, what was I, a size 7 maybe? I used to say how fat I was. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, but as you get older, you know how that is. All right. I know. Thank you guys so much. And she should have just gotten back to me. Victoria, I would have given her a reading. Mary Cox, I didn't know you lived. Yeah, I didn't know you lived in Wisconsin. Oh wait, no, or did I know that? Yeah, I think so, because you moved, right? Like, did you go south? Didn't you go south, or did you go east? Anyway, you guys take care. Have a great day. I'm gonna go outside and start watering animals, so I got to make sure nobody like dies on me. I'm really scared for my chickens. I've got 31. I think if I put them, like I said, I put them in the barn where it's a good 20 to 30 degrees cooler. So hopefully it won't get much past 80 degrees in there today. I put them in, and then I leave the stalls open, and that way they can go in and they can just, enjoy the coolness. So anyway, you guys take care. Have a great day, and thank you for all your thoughts and warm wishes, because I'm going. Yeah, I'll be okay. I thought so. I thought so, Mary. I was right. Okay. Triple digits for you, Laura. Yeah, be careful. People don't realize how quickly you can get dehydrated. I know I do. I have to drink a gallon a day, otherwise I'm dehydrated. You guys take care. 109. Wow. Whew. And here I am complaining, and it's 95, 97. So, all right, you guys take care. Okay.